decided to connect through streaming like that. What it does mean is that my slides aren't set up correctly, but that's okay. I'm just going to set it up right now while I'm talking to you. Thank you for the WhatsApp messages that were coming through to say, Natalie, we're not seeing the live. Is everything okay? Everything is perfectly okay. Well, kind of, apart from the technical issues. So I appreciate the love and the support and you all reaching out to me just to check if I'm okay. This is one of the reasons why I don't give up when I have technical issues. So let's get into it. Welcome, everybody. Today, we're breaking down the 6 traits every high performer shares. No fluff, no theory, just what gets you noticed and remembered. If you're here for the first time, I'm Natalie. I help professionals and solo creators grow with systems that work. I didn't build this overnight. I grew them through corporate coaching, content, and passive income. Now, trait 5, if you don't have it, it'll show in how you communicate and people will notice. So, a quick check-in before we move on to talk about the 6 traits. What's one trait you've seen in someone who performs at a high level? Don't worry if you don't know what the traits are, but think about the behaviors that work well with you when you're working with somebody, when you're focused on making sure that you get the right results. If it's building your website, it could be designing a digital product. So like I said, what's one trait that you've seen in someone that performs at a high level that you want to start performing at right now? Drop it in the chat. Let's get to it. Now, I hear this a lot. I'm working hard, but no one notices. Or I'm doing everything right, but I still feel stuck. Now, let's break that pattern. As I said, there are 6 behavior-based traits that show up in people who consistently move forward in work, life, and in the goals that matter most. This isn't personality, it's all about performance. These traits are visible, measurable, and they make people trust you, rely on you, and want to work with you over and over again. But I want you to think about it like this as well. Even if you're not in the corporate world, how do these traits help you drive results and impact in your goals? Whether you're a YouTube creator, whether you're creating digital products, whether you're building your website. And as we go, I want you to track yourself. What's strong and what needs work? None of these are fixed. I had to build every single one of these traits. And later on, I'm going to tell you the traits that I consistently want to work on, but also the traits that I work on every single day that helps me to create the results that I want as a solo creator and solo entrepreneur, all backed with results. And I'm going to share an example of how I've applied some of these traits to success in earning passive income. Now let's jump in straight into trait 1. Now, high performers take initiative. They don't wait for permission or clarity. I needed to focus on solutions and not blame, especially when building my website and not being approved for me to be able to earn passive income. Even when things were unclear, I was confused. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't getting the help that I needed. I acted with intention and a plan. That was me building my website with no team, no techie team, no ads, just me by myself, never learning or knowing how to build a website, never been taught, just consistent action. And now guess what? It earns passive income daily while I sleep. And I break it all down in a 3-part video series. Start with, I built passive income, but no one talks about this part. And this part I'm going to talk about are the 5 steps that I did to be able to earn passive income. The links are in the description below. If this content you're liking and it helps you, if content like this helps you grow, hit subscribe. I drop new videos weekly to help you take action, earn smarter, and stay focused with confidence and clarity. Now let's look at trait 2. High performers communicate with clarity. They don't just talk, they align people expectations and outcomes. They check in, share goals, and make sure that they're understood. What are you doing to make sure that you're understood? Let me ask you something else. Ever worked with someone who gave zero context, no direction, and definitely no feedback? Type yes in the chat if you felt that frustration. And if the answer is no, fair play to you. I love it. What did they do that made you feel clear and supported? Tell us all in the chat. Now let's move on because trait 3 takes all of this even further. You probably said this before, or you have at least thought it. It's just easier if I do it all myself. Or I tried delegating, but it didn't go well. High performers never do it alone. Well, I'm a high performer and I did it alone. But let me tell you something. I still had people that were coaching me, that were mentoring me. I had an accountability partner called Tamika. I think she's watching the live now. We had regular calls so I can tell her what I'm doing each week. And if I wasn't doing it, she'd be asking what's going on. So in this, I was able to build trust. I was able to get clarity. I didn't just say I was going to do it and disappear. You don't just hand off a task. Leaders give you context. People give you context, tools, and space to deliver. That's what high performers do. Now, here's a quick reflection for you. Which one word or emoji best describes how you set others up for success or how others set you up for success? I'd love it if you could drop it in the chat. Now, high performers don't just build systems. They build people. They build each other. They celebrate progress and they know that it all takes time. If you're trying to grow in your own space, I offer a free, yes, I said free, 1 hour coaching session. You're not sure yet if you want to take me up on that offer? Well, head over to my website and check out real coaching testimonials from people I've helped to build their business, grow their website, or even transition into a new career. The link is in the description below. Helping others rise is a real skill and one of the fastest ways to grow your own impact. Trait 5, most people often resist it, but it's the one that sets everything else off. Let's check it out. Thank you for sticking around to the end for trait 5, but we do have one more trait left, trait 6. But trait 5 hits home. And it hits home real because it's about building trust. And if you've been watching my series of training workshops, I talk consistently and regularly about the importance of building trust with others. This is not about being liked. It is about being trusted, like I said. And that trust comes from alignment, not perfection. If this part feels tough, you're not alone. That's why I created a video called The Emotional Intelligence Fix for People Who Feel Ignored. It walks through how to build or rebuild trust when emotions are high or you've been overlooked. And guess what? Making this video was a real eye-opener for me and it helped me a lot because I often do struggle with my emotions. And this video has really helped me. It's helped me to remind myself of the things that I'm doing and to keep putting those habits into practice every day. And the link is in the description for you to watch it after this live. Now, high performers aren't afraid of feedback. Anyone afraid of feedback? Well, guess what? This trait you do need to work on because when you're not afraid of feedback, you invite people in. You're going to use the feedback that you hear. And when you use that feedback, you grow from it, even when it stings. Ouch. You reflect on your responsibility and you take accountability for your missteps. So I want you to reflect and adjust. This trait is quiet, but it's absolutely powerful because the ability to course correct is what keeps you from burning out or stalling out. And if you're navigating that tension between growth and exhaustion, I have a free audio session ebook that you can download that can help. And guess what? There's a bonus. You also get to download the free ebook so you can take your pick. You can either listen or read. It's called Get More Done Without Burnout. And you'll find it on my website inside the audio library. Just click the link below in the description to visit and download. It's free, no sign up is required. Now, you don't have to be perfect to do all of this, folks. What you need to do and what you need to be is understanding and agreeing to yourself that I am willing to learn. That's the first step, not perfection. Are you willing to learn? Drop it in the chat with a massive, mahoosive yes. All right, folks. So we've covered all 6 traits. Yeah. Yeah. Now, let me ask you something. Which one do you want to be known for? Which one do you want to start working on right now? Not the one that you wish you had. The one that you're ready to grow right now into because it's already in you. So what's already in me? Well, I want to be known for being proactive and positive, especially as a solo creator and a solo entrepreneur, because I tell you, it ain't easy. And I want to be known for developing others, which is why I offer free coaching sessions. And I also offer coaching sessions for people who want to build a business online, who want to grow their business, build a website, who are struggling in certain behaviors that I've mentioned today in the corporate world as a leader or just as a team member. But I want to be very clear. All 6 traits are equally important. I commit to each one every day to practice because it helps me to grow me and my business. Now, the next activity is very quick, but absolutely empowered, but really, but powerful. You're going to pick the trait that makes you stand out, or the one you're ready to stand up, you're ready to start standing out on, starting today. Now, you've picked that trait out of the 6. I hope you have. Now, you've picked that trait out of the 6, and I really hope that you have, because we're going to go deeper now. Which habit has helped you build trust or create an impact? Which behaviors have made things harder? If you're here live, I'd love it if you can reflect on it now. And if you're watching the replay, pause and really think it through. This is the part that shifts insight into action. You can write your answers privately, or if something landed while you were listening, drop it in the chat. One word, a phrase, one pattern that you're ready to change. Growth doesn't start with information, it starts with self-awareness. Now let's bring all of this together. Here's the key takeaway. You don't need a title to stand out. These traits are what make people trust you and remember you. And the best part, you don't need to master all 6. Start with one you choose today and build from there. If staying consistent is a struggle, you need to watch this video. You're not unmotivated. You just don't have a system yet. It's linked in the description below. This one is going to help turn intention into momentum. Now let's lock this in. We're about to do that next. Next week is our final live training workshop before I take a break. Oh my God. I'm so disappointed. No, I'm not really. I'm actually really excited to be able to close this series with how to be assertive without being aggressive. It is a powerful one. And I'll be back in August with brand new topics. If there's something you want me to cover, drop it in the comments. I'm listening and I'm reading. In July, you're still going to get some content, some fresh content. And these are the workshops that we have gone through over the last 8 weeks or so. Actually, I had a break last week. So 8 topics. But what I have done is I've edited the videos to be a bit more tighter, have a bit more closer pacing, and it'll be a great way for you to refresh yourself on what we have spoken about in this 8 series topic. Now, do you want to keep the momentum going? Watch how I built passive income, but no one tells you about this in this part. No one tells you about this part. I talked to you about 5 steps that I did to earn passive income while while I sleep. The link is in the description below. Now, there are links in the description because it is a 3-part series on building traffic and income solo. And while you're there, remember to grab the free audio. Get more done without burnout from my website. And if you need support, make sure you book your free 1-hour coaching session below because I've got you. Now, the final closing slide before I say goodbye. It is the final check-in. Your stop, start, continue reflection. What's one thing that you're going to stop doing that's been holding you back in your growth or the impact and the results that you want to see? What's one thing that you want to start doing? Maybe taking initiative or staying consistent even when you don't feel like it. And what's one thing you want to continue? A mindset, a practice that keeps you grounded. Type your answers in the chat. And if you're watching the replay, drop your answers in the comments. This reflection still counts. If this training workshop hit a nerve, yes, it's not by accident. It means you're ready to shift. Up next, you're going to see recommended videos on screen. Each one is handpicked to make sure that you keep momentum going. Make sure you're subscribed. Sorry, make sure you're subscribed as well. And remember to tap the like button too. And if this has helped you grow, share it with someone who needs it. Let's keep building real skills together. And remember to learn, love, and live. Stay blessed. Now, before folks, I say goodbye, I'm just going to check the chat to see if anyone has said anything. And I'm going to stop sharing the screen. So let me check. Let me just shut this down. And let's go into the chat really, really quickly. All right, so no messages. So I'm going to assume that you're all listening intently, you're reflecting, and after the live, you're going to add some comments. And if you're watching the replay, I can't wait to see the comments that you've put. Until next time, everybody, I'll see you next Monday for our last live. Stay blessed.